Hey everybody, welcome back to new kit releases as of January the 16th, 2024. Now it's been a few months since I've done one, and there's been quite a few cool new releases announced, which is great because 2023 was pretty kind of low key in terms of new releases and not much going on. So here we are, I've got 20 as always. I'm going to share with you, and a mixture, mostly aircraft. I've got a few armor pieces and some other genres mixed in as well. First up is Border Models, continuing the 35th scale range, and a Heinkel 111H6. Looks absolutely beautiful in the CAD work. If you go over to the Facebook group, you can see all the pictures, and it's very impressive. Now, 35th scale, it's going to be pretty massive. I built the ICM 48 scale Heinkel, and it was big enough as it is. So this is going to take a lot of space up. Maybe going to hang it from the ceiling, but the detail does look pretty awesome on this one. Continuing with Border Models, I think we maybe spoke about this one before, but soon it will be continuing once again. The 35th scale is the Spitfire Mark 5B. Now, all these 35th scale border kits do look pretty awesome in the packet, in the box. We'll give you a disclaimer though that they don't have any color callouts, which is kind of a bit of a bummer, and I was still disappointed with the FW190. Is that I think maybe the box art or one of the schemes I wanted to do does a pretty interesting kind of nose art, and that decal wasn't included. You have to kind of manually mask and paint it, which is kind of a pain, but overall the plastic looks good. I've heard they fit together really well as well, and they're not that badly priced either. Magic Factory bringing out some good new releases recently. Now they've got the A4M Skyhawk. Now I believe it's a dual pack because I've seen the price. I think it's about over $100, and I believe, yeah, as you see there, 2 in 1. So it is a dual pack. You get two in a box. You get one with the spine and you get one without the spine. Looks really nice. I've seen a few preliminary drawings, and don't really have a release date yet, but imagine it'll be later on, maybe mid 2024. Sticking with Magic Factory, their beautiful Corsair set. Again, they've got the 2-pack. Seems to be like the way they do things. Maybe it's a good business sense of marketing where they can charge a little bit extra and put 2 kits in the box. But they now released a 3D printed engine, Pratt & Whitney R2800 for the Corsair. And as you can see, it's really nicely detailed. And yeah, great addition if you have that Magic Factory Corsair kit. Airfix announced a bunch of new releases recently, and I'm just going to highlight a couple here. But this is the 72nd scale B24H Liberator. We have the Chinook, again in 72nd scale, HC1. Looks, and there's quite a few Chinooks out, but this one looks pretty crisply molded, and some really good markings, especially if you want British markings like Air Force. There's some really good various color schemes in the box. And probably old news, but the 48th scale Airfix Buccaneer, the S2B, the RF version, has now been released. So this was kind of anticipated for a while. I think Navy one came out about 18 months ago, and now you can get the RF version, and there's some really good markings in this one too. I think there's 4 different color markings in this. You got a wraparound, you got a desert, you got like a another kind of deserty kind of camo, and there was another scheme in there as well, I believe. Trumpeter, this has kind of gone under the radar, but they brought out a 72nd scale Intruder about a month or 2 ago, and it looks a really nice kit. It's not mega expensive. It's got a wing fold set. It looks really nicely detailed. Weapons. Now, obviously, Trumpeter brought out the 32nd scale one, and their sister Hobby Boss did a 48th scale. But this Intruder, I've very little on it. I've looked online, again, seen a couple of videos here and there, but it seems to go together pretty well. The one video guy I saw on YouTube did have a little bit of fit issue around the nose, but he just kind of sanded down a little bit and it fit perfectly. So the A is out now, and again, I think this is going to be a very popular kit. And if you want the E or the Tram, that's in the works and should be out later this year. But yeah, you can get the A right now, and again, I think it's a really nice kit, 72nd scale, and I think this one's kind of flying under the radar. Hasegawa OH6D limited edition Shark Teeth one with the markings. What a cool scheme that is. Japanese markings there with the tiger mouth. Now this is an older kit. It's been out 20 or 30 years, but as Hasegawa do, they released this as a limited edition with those decals. And looking at all the various boxing, this definitely looks the most interesting and cool looking of all the different schemes they've released in the past. Meng, they brought out the Apache. Now they're bringing out the Israeli version, the AH-64D. I do have a Takom one, and I have all the bits and bobs for that one, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll wait and get the Meng one and build that one instead. having seen, results for the Takom. Takom 1 instructions are kind of crappy and the decals are terrible. Although in my AH64D Takom 1, the decals actually look okay. So I'm wondering maybe if they upgraded and made better decals as they brought out different versions. That's Takom, that is. But yeah, Meng bring out the core Israeli one. It's all beefed up with all the extra stuff as Israeli hardware does, and this should be out. I think it's end of 2024. Always good to find figures, and it's hard to find good figures, and when you do, you should snap them up because it's hard to do little dials and stuff. And these are 48 scale Galaxy model. There's a ton they're bringing out of various carry deck figures now. I think the two pilots look very similar to Tom Cruise from Top Gun, maybe, and I think they said that F-14ABD pre-95, I think, were the figures, and the carry deck figures look 90s to modern kind of look. I'm not an expert, but I think you can probably use them for like mid 90s all the way up to modern day. But I just put a sampling here. There's probably about 5 or 6 of additional ones, but these resin figures, I'm not sure on the price. I'm sure they won't be cheap, but nice to have 48 scale to put on your deck if you're going to build, say, like a Tamiya F-14 or something. This is nice kind of accoutrements to a lot of vignettes if you want to build one. Border model, another Leopard 2 A7V. Border model bring out quite a few. So too Revell models, and if you want a Leopard 2, there's quite a selection out right now. Takom, Flak Panther, Kugelblitz, cool looking thing, I think. A little bit unusual, and it should be out very soon. Again, 35th scale. MiniArt, a BTR 4E late version. This has the full interior, so it's going to be a gazillion pieces. Again, MiniArt, so it should be a really good kit. I'm assuming from the look of it, it looks maybe from the Ukrainian conflict, but I could be wrong. But very interesting piece of hardware. I Love Kit, which is basically Hobby Boss. M55 203mm Howitzer. New release, I think it might be out already. If not, it'll be out in the next couple of weeks. For a ship in there, Takom, I believe Snowman Models is kind of like the sub who make the Takom models for the ships. The 350 FFG Project 22350. So there you go, in one 350 scale. MiniArt, again, 35th scale, panel delivery truck, a G506, Ocean City Medical Service, cool markings there. Again, MiniArt, so many kits they have, so many different versions, but this looks like a beefed up panel delivery truck, kind of raised there with the big wheels. Kind of looks cool. Could be cool for like a Apocalypse or kind of Mad Max kind of build or dio, I think. Meng, 24th scale car, Audi R8, looking very nice markings there. This one I think might be out already if you check AliExpress or eBay. Being Meng, it's going to be great instructions. It should go together pretty well as well, and really cool looking car. Other cool stuff, Hasegawa, they do a range of tractors and construction stuff, and here's a GR130N crane. This is due out in 2024. Again, your possibilities are endless here, especially with some weathering, and it extends pretty far on that picture. And finally, Revell, always end with some sci-fi, and 12 scale speeder bike. So that's the same scale, go with your Bandai figures. And you see there, it looks very Bandai-esque actually in the way they've done the colored sprues and stuff. But yeah, should be a cool little build. Looks like you get your figure as well, the Scout Trooper. And there we go. That's again 12 scale. So that rounds up the 20 for this month. I'll be back whenever, I don't know, maybe a month or two. Depends on new releases when I have enough content to kind of release a new video. But hopefully enjoyed this one. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel out. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.